What's up, guys? It's your brother from another mother, Coach Kam Izzwan. Okay, imagine one day waking up in the morning and you found out that you have to fight for your life, surviving a health condition. Before we begin, regardless where you are, please support our mission untuk membantu dan mengurangkan 1% obesity di Malaysia by liking and following our channel. Dan jangan lupa share dengan kawan-kawan you all. Welcome to our 9th episode of Kam Izzwan podcast channel. Di channel kami, saya berkongsi tentang fakta sains kesihatan dan pada masa sama saya invite credible and experienced and also successful individual in their respective field. Sempena Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a special guest of mine will share her journey with us today. Sukhvin, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to our podcast channel.
Yes.
Before kita bercerita regarding about how you and I meet, can you share a bit your journey in your industry and your life experience?
Hi guys, my name is Sukhvin Sidhu. I'm a general practitioner. I have my own clinic. I have 2 clinics. At the moment, I had it all in my life. I had the most supporting parents, I have loving siblings and with their partners. I had a beautiful and adorable nephew and niece. I found the love of my life, which was late, but I found him.
Never too late to love.
Yes, correct. And I have beautiful friends who cares for me. I have fantastic patients who really respect me and come to see me for any of their illness. But life had, I'm also a fitness person. I used to run, I used to hike almost every weekend. I eat healthy. I practice what I preach since I'm a doctor. Whatever I inform my patients, I do that by myself.
Awesome.
But life is unpredictable and the universe had something different for me. I'm also a cancer thriver. I don't call myself a cancer survivor. I call myself a thriver because I'm still thriving.
Yeah.
And I'm fighting for my life and I'm living the best and the blessed life I have since I was diagnosed. Yeah. So
Can you share a bit? Okay, can you share a bit? Like there will be people out there kata like, maybe she says she eat healthy, but actually she eats a lot of junk food. Can you just share during your high school and your uni life and going into your adult life, your lifestyle?
okay. When I was in uni, yes, we do eat junk food. Okay, because I studied in India, so we, that at that time as a university student, we never get good food at how your parents cook for you and everything. I used to buy from out, or sometimes you just cook something simple Maggi mee,
Right.
But as the days grow by, when I became a doctor, I started eating more healthy, We have more vegetables, more fruits in my diet. I have nuts. And then I don't eat much meat.
So
Yeah.
can I consider you as a vegan or
No,
pescatarian?
I do eat meat, but only on occasions, like weekends. Yeah, but most of the time, I've been very healthy. I've been eating really healthy food. I don't like junk food. I've not touched Coca-Cola or McDonald's or KFC for 15 years. Okay, so
basically during your uni life,
uni life, yes, that was McDonald's and all. But once I became a doctor, no pizza, no KFC, no McDonald's. Coca-Cola, I've stopped for more than 15 years. I do take care of my lifestyle. I run almost every weekend. I go for marathons, not half marathons, but 15 kilometers, 10 kilometers. I go hiking.
Right.
Okay, I do go to the gym. Yeah, this was during the last 10 years I've been doing that.
Okay, so after graduated in India, kan?
Yeah, I graduated in India. Yeah.
And came back.
Came back here, worked as a doctor in my hometown, Sungai Petani. Then,
Kedah.
yeah, Kedah.
Kedah. Oh, sama lah.
I'm from Kedah. Yeah. And then 2010, I came to KL, where I opened my own clinic with a few partners of ours. And now I have 3 clinics actually. Yeah. Yes, I had 2 earlier, but after I was diagnosed, I decided to open another one. Yeah.
So can you share? Can you connect the dot? Like, okay, came from Sungai Petani, came down to KL. operate the business, the clinic, and how did you find out one day?
Okay. Everything was going on well. As I said, I had it all. I thought I planned my life, I planned my holidays, and just one day I felt a lump on my left breast in October 2021. It was during COVID time. Yeah. So I thought I wasn't afraid of it because I just did my mammogram 1 year ago and I just did my blood test. Everything was normal. So I went to Beacon anyway to go and see my breast surgeon just to ask his opinion. And he said, no, it can't be anything because we just did 1 year ago mammogram. He did an ultrasound. He said, let's do another mammogram. I said, okay. So we did a mammogram on the same day. As soon as I came up, he said, the lump looks suspicious. We need a biopsy. Biopsy was done the same day. Within 4 days, I went back to his clinic and he told me that it is malignant and we will need to remove the lump. I agreed, but still I was positive, hoping that, it might be because breast cancer have many stages. So I was hoping for stage 1 or stage 0. So because it's very small, I did a genetic screening because I'm young. Genetic screening came back normal, did a PET scan.
Okay, maybe you can touch on that part, genetic screening part.
Because I have no family history of any breast cancer. But since I was young, the doctor decided let's go anyway because one of my cousins in Australia, she has kidney cancer. My mom has leukemia. Okay, but it's nothing to do with breast cancer. So he said, let's do the genetic screening and see anyway. Okay, and I need to check for BRCA.
What is that?
BRCA is a genetic mutation of the breast cancer. If I have that, I might need to remove my ovaries. So we did a genetic screening, everything, and the treatment will be different if I had BRCA. So we did a genetic screening and went for the surgery. During the surgery was difficult because it was during COVID, peak of COVID. No one was allowed to come. I had to get myself admitted on my own. Post-surgery, nobody could come and visit.
So challenging.
Yeah, so my partner came, allowed only 15 minutes. He was wearing his full hazmat suit, not allowed to touch each other.
Wow.
The nurse was sitting there looking, make sure that we don't touch each other. 15 minutes, he had to leave. I was in the room by myself for 3 days.
That is scary.
It was very, very hard. But then I thought that was after 3 days, I begged the doctor, please send me home. I'll take care of myself. But normal patients, y'all do not do that. So the doctor told me, yes, I can go home and I could clean my wound by myself and everything. So came home within a week, went back to his clinic. He held my hand, looked at me in the face, and it was difficult because I was always on the doctor's seat. I used to do that for my patients where I will hold their hand. I will tell them the diagnosis. I will tell them what's happening. So it was different this time where I am the patient this time. Yeah. So he held my hand and told me that I have aggressive cancer, which is triple negative breast cancer.
Can you use a layman term, the definition of aggressive cancer?
Aggressive means the treatment-wise will be intensive treatment. And breast cancer is very wide. Okay, we have triple negative breast cancer. We have hormone positive breast cancer, but mine is triple negative because we do not know where the cancer is coming from. Right. There's no genetic mutation. It's not due to hormones, and the treatment will be a little bit more aggressive.
Understood.
And also, he asked me whether I want children on that time. At that time, I only thought about my life. Because before starting treatment, if I want children, I have to freeze my eggs. Okay. At that time, I didn't think about it because all I wanted to do is get the monster out from my body. I didn't want this poison in me. So that's one thing I regretted for not freezing my eggs. But I was very selfish at that time. All I thought was living my life. Because when people hear cancer, it's a death sentence. Even though as a doctor, I still felt it was a death sentence to me. So he gave me that and he told me that I will need to start treatment. And I said, how fast can we do it? He said, if we need to freeze your egg, we will take longer time. because we have to have time before we can freeze the eggs. But I didn't want that. I wanted the time to be I want to finish my treatment as soon as possible. I wanted this out from my body. So then I went to search for an oncologist. I went through 2 oncologists and I found the right one, Dr. Mastura from SJMC. I've always been a very tough and independent person where I didn't want people to feel pity for me, and also I don't want people to take care of me. So at that time, I shut off. I didn't call any of my friends. I didn't want anyone to know I had cancer.
Wow.
I was somehow embarrassed or scared.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't want people to look at me and say, "Oh my God,
Pity her.
pity." I don't want people to feel pitiful for me. And oh my God, she has cancer. Oh my God, I can see from their face. So I shut down. When I went to see Dr. Mastura, she looked at me. She came out from the room. She called me in. Said, "Sukhvin, who did you come with?" I said, "By myself." I said, "Doctor, I know what I have. I know what I'm going to go through. Just tell me my plan of treatment." So she held my hand and she told me, "Sukhvin, you have cancer. Okay, you cannot go through this alone. You will need a support system. You are a patient now. You're not a doctor anymore." That's when everything sunk in and I knew I needed help. So at that time, I just had to message one of my friends. Next thing I knew, all my friends were calling me. And they were actually fighting to take me for my treatment.
Wow.
I had to make
Such a great friend.
yeah, I had really good friends. So I had to make a schedule so that this friend will take me on this day, this friend will take me on this day. They will take me for my treatment, they'll come and stay with me, they'll come and cook for me. I had friends who were just ready to do anything for me. That's when I knew I was loved. I had so many loving and trustworthy friends, which I tried to shut them out from me. And so
reason behind it is because you do not want to feel pity.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because whenever people say cancer, they always look at, oh, she's going to die soon.
Right.
Oh, let's do this for her. Let's do that for her. I wanted to do everything by myself. But then my parents were very supportive, my siblings, their partners. My nephew called me every single day to tell me how beautiful I am.
Amazing.
And I'm loved. And he was only 11 at that time. Every single day without fail. I didn't want to talk to them, but then it took me some time to get back because I was also already depressed at that time. There was one question I think wanted to ask me was what I knew about before I started my cancer.
Right. So I'm so
And
drawn into her Dr. Sukhvin story. I forgot to ask a question. So one of the questions that I want to ask her is with regards to her health condition, please share your journey going through it.
yeah.
Okay. So and the next one would be, what is one thing you wish you knew before you started treatment?
Yeah. So that one, I wish I didn't know more. Because as a doctor, I already knew what treatment I'm getting.
Right.
What are the side effects? What will happen during the treatment? What will happen after the treatment? And what will happen few years later? So I wish I didn't know that. Sometimes knowing less is better. So the side effects of chemo was not that, was great. Not great, sorry. It was really, really bad. You had your hair loss, you had your mouth ulcers, you had your body aching.
No appetite.
No appetite. Okay.
I'm going to touch on that a bit, yeah?
Yeah.
I've never gone through chemo, obviously, okay? But I met her when she recovered.
Yeah.
After she did her chemo.
Yeah.
So after her treatment, the first time I met her, she was wearing a bandana, rambut baru tumbuh sedikit, and she looked frail. So initially, I don't know what she went through. I don't know. I was trying to make a lucky guess. Mungkin she anorexic kot. Mungkin, because you did not share anything in the beginning. Kan?
Yeah.
Until one day you open up.
Yeah.
Then only I found out. I was like, oh my God. Okay. Because I've shared before in my podcast episode 1, my late uncle, he was 33 years old, passed away due to lung cancer. He's the youngest in my mom's sibling. due to lung cancer. The other siblings still alive that time, still smoking. It's fine. So, I was like 8 years old, 9 years old. I seen with my own eye that he was fighting and he was struggling. I don't understand, but I do know that everybody was so sad and, terasa lah. So I was confused.
Yeah.
And one day, a client, came to the studio. I'm like, huh? She's fighting cancer? Like, kenapa berbeza? So the picture in my mind now, my late uncle fighting cancer versus you. Why berbeza? So maybe you can touch on that also.
Yeah.
How can you be, to me, I see it as, how can you be positive?
Yeah.
Maybe you can share that part.
Yeah, because for me, like how I said earlier, I thought I was not going to make it, okay? But then when I see my parents coming and taking care of me, I felt like this is not their age to take care of me. I'm supposed to be taking care of them.
Agree.
Yeah. So whenever I went into depression, the first time I had my chemo, all I wanted to do is sleep. I stopped taking calls. I slept from 9 to next day. I don't take my shower. I just come out. But then my parents, because I stay on my own, so my parents in Kedah, so they came to take care of me the first time. I told them, I'm fine, you all can go back. But after 3 days, my brother called them up and said she's not doing well. She's not picking up calls. And when they call, I'm just crying. So they came back, and when I saw my mom and dad, and I said, no, I can't do this. I'm not supposed to be that person. I don't want them to be sad for me and taking care of me. So I told myself, I need to be strong. Okay, but after chemo, that time I stopped working because most of the time after chemo, you can start, after 5 days or 6 days of chemo, we can go back to work. Okay. But my oncologist, my breast surgeon, and also my boss, because I'm a doctor, my immune system is very low post-chemo. And I am seeing sick people. So I'm afraid, and that time COVID was just everywhere. So if I get COVID, I can't go through my treatment. So we decided for me to take leave for 6 months, which made me more depressed because I had nothing to do.
Right.
And you cannot go out from the house. I go out, I'm so scared to meet people because I might get COVID. Right. And post-surgery, I was also doing physiotherapy because I had my left axillary lymph nodes removed. So I had no strength on my left arm. So I was going through some physiotherapy also. And I like to go for walks and everything. So my partner used to take me out. We went for a few holidays. Then I used to go out with him for some walks and everything. And he always pushed me to exercise. He said, you used to exercise before. Why aren't you exercising now? But I was so lazy. I was so tired all the time. So once I completed my chemo, then I told myself I need to start back. And that's when I met Coach Kam. And he helped me a lot to get back my strength. As he can tell you, when he met me, like how he said, I was frail. I had no energy on my left arm. I couldn't even hold a 5 kg.
5 kg.
Weight. Yeah. I couldn't put up my arm. He used to help me to, when he...
Yeah, let me describe for her. How I train all my clients before we start exercising, I will do an assessment. So the assessment will give me an understanding about my client, where do they stand. So for her, she was struggling to hold 2.5 kilo, not 5, 2.5 kilo plate. Now, we did try 5 kilo, but 2.5 was the initial stage. I was like, kenapa lemah sangat ni kan? So that's when I start to question, was she anorexic? Was she going through a depression? I wasn't sure. Only on our, I can't remember, 3rd, 4th session, only she shared. Baru I was like, oh, patutlah, she was so weak. So I never looked down to my towards my client, why you so weak, you need to get stronger. No, the way how I treat my client is, I have to understand my client, what they've gone through. Because I did not understand what she went through. Kan? When she opened up, I said, okay, I understand. So all the training, memang progressively, it slowly get difficult, harder and intense. And at the end of the day, she is able to move, was it again, 60 kilos.
Yeah. Thanks to him.
Her own hard work lah. Again, kalau you dengar cerita ni kan, macam like, initial stage, she cannot accept. I mean, she accept. Denial lah. Macam tak boleh terima sangat kan. then depressed, then from really struggling, at the end of the day, she managed to, bukan saja move tau, she managed to achieve a short-term goal, lari 10 kilometer.
Yeah, I started back running thanks to him. I got back my strength, and now I'm starting back again.
Nice.
Yes. So
Amazing lah, memang amazing.
that's my story.
Okay. Now, my next question. What was your biggest self-discovery or revelation after you were diagnosed?
Okay. I was always the person who planned everything. That means I plan for my holidays. I plan what I'm doing this weekend. I plan what I'm wearing tomorrow before I go to work. You know, some people might think of, what kind of person is this? But that was me.
It's common.
I planned everything. But once I was diagnosed, I lost hope. I lost faith. I lost my courage. I thought that's it, because I planned everything. It's not happening. And I thought I'd be celebrating my last birthday. I thought I won't be meeting any of my friends anymore. I won't be traveling. So now what I do is I don't plan anymore. I live the day as it comes, I call up my friends. I tell people I love you, because you never know what's going to happen the next day.
Right.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah. I think this is, this word you're saying now is very impactful to very independent women. Those yang memang dah plan for their life for the next 10 years.
Correct.
And I do know, okay, ni bukan yang sakit lah. I do know they plan, organize their life, their lifestyle, their business career. Out of nowhere, divorce. So for them, that is like a very big impact.
Correct.
Because initially they planned that. So I admire your courage, your strength. I don't know how you feel going through it because I tak pernah rasa. But again, I admire lah. And that's one of the reasons why you sharing your experience and journey with the viewers give a very big impact to them. Okay, now my last question. What advice would you give on how to best support a loved one going through breast cancer?
Just being there with them and saying, I love you, I'm here for you, it's more than enough. You don't need to go and do anything else. Like for me, I always thought I could do it by myself. But then I realized the support system that you need, your friends, the people surrounding you, your family, your loved ones, that's all you need. Just be there. Sometimes just let them cry. Don't go like, oh my God, you shouldn't cry. Be strong. Don't tell them to be strong. We are being as strong as we want. Hearing another person saying, be strong. No, eat this, eat that. We know what we are doing. Just say, I love you and I'm here for you. I will support you all the way. Don't try to be a little bit more like saying, no, don't eat sugar, don't eat, yeah, this and oh, it's just hair. Okay, you can say it's just hair, but for me, or maybe most of the women, our hair is our crown. So for us to lose hair and say, oh, it's just hair, it will grow back again. Sometimes for you might not be hurtful, but we are hurting because we have no hair. Right. We have no eyebrows. We have no eyelashes. We look like aliens. So, I look like an alien. So, it's just be careful from the words that you say. They say, it's just breast cancer, stage 2. What do you know about stage 2?
Right. If you haven't gone through it, that's why even for me, I've seen my late uncle gone through it. Even I don't understand. One of my mission is untuk membantu rakyat Malaysia dari segi obesity is because I've seen it in front of my eye, daripada kecil sampai besar. And there are people out there that need help, but they don't know how. So I could only either help them in terms of nutrition or give them advice or even berkongsi cerita. At least from all this cerita daripada podcast and, video, you all boleh mengambilnya sebagai iktibar.
Yeah.
If any one of you guys or family member going through it, I'm certain the mild depression tu akan...
It will come.
It will happen.
It will happen. You cannot say, no, it's not going to happen.
How strong you are,
correct.
You can say whatever you want, but selagi belum kena, you takkan tahu. Okay, I want to touch on that a bit before we end. How do you, I know you mentioned just now family members, but how do you go through it? That depression state that I don't want to see people, I switch on my phone, I cry. Like how?
Oh my God, it was really bad. But frankly speaking, I do not know how I came out of it. Okay, prayers, I prayed. And I think most of the time it's my mom and my dad. It's because of them that I came out.
What did they do? Is it they came to your house?
No, I could see my mom and dad's eyes when they see me. Especially my mom, when she sees me, you can see the sadness in her face, So that's the only thing that made me a little bit more stronger and told myself I cannot do this to them.
Because you do not want them to be sad, or?
I didn't want them to look at me that I look sad, that I am not fit to take care of my own self. So I think it's because of them that brought me out, and I wanted to live my life. I want to be alive. Because as Dr. Mastura, Dr. Dave said, you need to love your life. If you give up hope, the cancer will be happy.
Right.
And that's when your immune system drops. You don't eat, you don't want to go out. Things starts changing. It's not the cancer, your whole body starts changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true. There's this research stated that the immune system will drop when a person is very sad, and one of the way how to make people fall ill is to make them feel depressed.
Correct.
And kepada mereka yang tengah mendengar dan juga menonton, my view, I'm not a psychiatrist or therapist, but my view, depression is an escape. To me, it's real. It's very real. I've gone through it during breakups dulu. Some part of our life kita pernah lalui depression, breakup ke, life crisis ke, kan? But it's not a reason for us to give up or lose hope.
Correct.
That's why I nak dengar from her, like how she fight through it. And based on her cerita, it was her parents. She doesn't want, I cannot say disappoint them.
Yeah. Maybe I didn't want them to be disappointed in their daughter. They had so much of hope for me. I'm a doctor. I take care of myself. I have a roof on my head. And then seeing them, like my whole life just jatuh, crumbled. I had no more future.
Right.
So I didn't want them to see me that way.
So
then for them to go back all the way to Kedah and come back again at this age and take care of their young daughter. So I couldn't take it. But it took me some time. Because the first 4 weeks was really bad. When I went for the second chemo, the nurses told me, "Doctor, please, you need to cut your hair. You need to shape your hair." Because my hair was falling a lot. I did cut it short, but then it started falling. But I threw away all my hairbrush and everything. I will never wash my hair, because if I wash my hair, I can see all the hair dropping. And I thought I'll be the lucky one that my hair would not drop by doing all this. But when I went there, the nurses told, because as soon as I came out from chemo, they could see my hair was all over the bed. So the nurses said, "Doctor, you need to cut your hair. You need to shave it off." So once when I shaved off my hair, I got depressed again, because I couldn't look at myself. And so it was, I think after the third month, then only I started loving myself.
Because of your parents?
Because of the parents also. And also, I told myself, I need to love myself to carry on my life. And my partner was there every day. My nephew, my niece, my brother and sister were calling all the time. So, yeah.
Okay, I want to share apa yang I faham kat sini regarding about this part. Okay, cancer part kita faham lah kan. Okay, that's not my forte. Doktor kat luar sana yang akan share. Apa yang boleh faham kat sini, keep yourself in a very positive and loving environment when you're going through this phase, regardless lah, the depression daripada apa, but you have to keep yourself close in this kind of environment.
Don't be alone by yourself.
Even though you rasa, okay, because doctor went through a phase whereby everything she did by herself. So for sure, she thinks that I can do this by myself. Yeah, I'm well independent. I'm strong enough. Kan, we are lying lah, percaya lah.
Independent woman.
Yeah, even kita daripada kecil dilahirkan pun mak kita kena susukan kita kan.
Betul.
So we just have to accept that there are people out there that love us, especially our parents. Keep ourselves close to this positive
Family
and loving environment.
Yeah.
So harap mereka kat luar sana yang melalui fasa depresi, yang sedih, mengambil cerita ni sebagai iktibar juga. And again, thank you doctor for your time. Thank you for sharing with all our viewers.
Thank you.
Hopefully in future, we're going to see you again.
Yeah.
Maybe training, or you can share other of your life experience juga, macam berlari. Kan?
Yeah, thanks to Kam, I started running back and I got my strength back.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank
you very much.
Okay.
Jumpa lagi, take care. Peace out.
Bye.